Hi guys. Hi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I might look like my voice is bored, but I'm actually excited. Also, it's what time? Let me see. What is the time? It's 9:26 p.m. on Easter Monday, and I just felt I need to just talk to you, and the spirit of consistency, I decided, since you're celebrating, let me shoot this video today. Also, welcome to my bedroom. I was just chilling and doing my own things, self-care here and there. Self-care, yeah. I consider like washing my house as self-care and arranging my house as self-care. Yeah, so I thought it's good to drink water and mind your own business. Yes, so that's what I'm doing here. Well, not so much of minding my own business, because the video I'm about to shoot, it's about not so much minding about my business. The top things in my mind, but they're in my mind. As much as it's for other people, they're in my mind. So I'm minding my own business. You see what I did there? My mind minding my. So if this one looks any different from my previous videos, it's because this is my bare face. Again, because it's not a weekend per se, but it's a holiday, and I'm in my bedroom. Yeah, I'm not going to be dramatic like the movies whereby it's in the morning, someone wakes up with lipstick and makeup on. No, me, I have my bare face, so we gotta talk like that. Yeah, so let me reach out for my notes, because as we said in this channel, we are serious about arranging our thoughts and speaking about things that have been rethought and reconsidered. So today we are going to talk about it's actually me talking about, I think, the top 5 things in my mind in the recent past. So let me get my notes. Here. Also, this is something I learned a while back. Like, if you want to remember things, just keep a notebook in your handbag, in your bag, in your jacket. For boys. For guys, that you can jot something down when it hits your mind. So for me, this is like a thing for me. It's like a small notebook. Well, I love notebooks also. If you're thinking of gifting me, notebooks would be a nice way, and journals, just somewhere I can write, or just put them in my shelf and look at them because I feel they are beautiful. Bottom line is, you can give me a notebook. Haha. Yeah, so I've been writing, my point was I've been writing them over time. So I'm gonna talk about them today. Yeah. All right. You know me. I don't go slow on some things. So let's go. Let's hit it on the nail. Number 1. Unless someone explains to me, maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. But why? The ads. The ads about parts. Why do they use blue color? Like, to advertise, you know what I mean? Like when you when they're advertising for pads, they you know, when they pour, maybe to show absorbent, how absorbent a pad is, a menstruation pad, that's what I mean, they put a blue color. Why? The period is red. It's blood that comes out of women's body. It's not something blue. So why do they use the blue color? I think for me, these are some of the stereotypes that needs to be dealt with. I think I asked someone and then they said because red is disgusting. I was like, really? It's disgusting to who? You know, according to me, and this is my opinion purely, this is trying to hide the real fact about what happens in the woman's body. Actually, it's such things that makes us not streamline these things, because what is so much to be hidden that you can't use the real thing. I actually had someone talk about it. I think it's Ben Psycho, you might know him. He's a podcaster, YouTuber. He said that for the first, for most of the time, he didn't know what that advert was, because it's like blue. Then what is blue? Like, why is it? You know, like in his head, he had been taught in school that menstruation is about blood coming out of, you know. So, like, why is it that they're using blue? In my point, in my head, in my suggestion is, let's use the real thing so that we avoid all these stereotypes about hiding. It's part of hiding. It's the same way that they wrap your pad in a newspaper, and I talked about this. I will link this video here somewhere here about where we talked about menstruation and mainstreaming these things. Actually, it's today, and I made a decision to always call it out, and not in a way to embarrass anyone, but to make it a teachable moment. Just today, as I'm shooting this video, I was in Naivas shopping, Naivas town, and they packed all my things, and then actually I should show you the part. And actually, this is what I bought. This is what? This is not an advert, but these are pads to use when one is on the period. So when they came to this item, I heard the other one telling the other one that he passed me the gazette, rather passed me the newspaper. I was like, why do you want to hide it? Totally a lady. She was like, oh, it's a free country. It's like, yeah, it's a free country, but also we need to not hide these things, because it's something that happens to us and we can't do anything about it. It's like breathing. Yeah, and then we had a discussion. The other person was a guy. You know, he was like, yeah, it should be hidden and everything. You know, so I was like, no, you don't have to hide these things. You don't have to put them in a newspaper. Anyway, my point was, why do we use blue color in adverts? Why? Maybe someone can tell me. I don't understand it. Number 2, it's about Harry and Meghan's decision to leave the royal palace and the royal duties and to live their own life. I heard a lot of, and I'm sure if you've not heard about this story, Harry and Meghan, just Google who Harry and Meghan is. Meghan Markle. Yeah, Harry is a prince. At least I can tell you that. Like a prince will go and see how a princess went. Shade. Anyway, so they decided to leave royal family duties and live their own lives, and they did a whole interview, and even before that they had talked about it. And especially one thing I want to talk about is people who were like, oh, how are you going to go away from that to leave money and just live your life? Just that aspect, for me, I was like, I think from what they shared, mental health is really something to think about deeply and make decisions. This is the reason why so many people are in toxic relationships, are in toxic places because of, I don't want to call it a greater good, because of what they think they are earning. But according to me, someone said if it costs you peace, it's already too expensive. Yeah, like mental, there is nothing that should surpass that. Like if you're mentally in a place where you're not okay, leave, even if it's the royal palace. And I really, in my opinion, I applaud them for that, because I would do the same. I mean, I have been in situations whereby whereby your mental health is really tested, and you think that you can't live, or this is your fate, but it is not. Yeah, there is, if they could do that, I think my point is, if they could do that and you think, oh, they're walking away from money, but if you listen to her, she's like, I just need to raise my kids different. I just need to be in a place whereby I am at peace. I know I am genuinely loved. I know I can express myself. If you're lacking that, money is too expensive to have. I think I'm one of the people who would say I would rather be in a place whereby there's no money but there's peace. Well, I love luxury and I wouldn't mind it, but if it cost me my peace, it's too expensive. But that's just me. For some reason also, I've been watching a lot of royal documentaries, and I ran into this, I don't know, this is just a fun fact. It's not fun. It is just an additional point of something in my mind. I've been thinking about. There was a princess, now I'm forgetting the details, but she was Princess Alice. You can Google. It's a whole documentary of her on YouTube, about how she developed some mental issues, and now, because then it was, I think 1930s or something, she just died recently at a very old age. But around that time, mental health was not mainstream, so she had some issues with her mentality because of how she had gone through the most. Do you know what they did to her? And I think, if I'm not wrong, you know this famous guy Sigmund Freud, is into psychology things. He was the one who analyzed the princess, and she said that her hormones are the ones who are causing her the mental disability. So what do they do for her? They removed her ovaries. That's like, I think, an equivalent of being castrated, so that her ovary does not release eggs, and therefore there is nothing that can. So the hormones in that way are curtailed. I was like, well, you can read the story. After that, she suffered a lot, and then she was a good princess, but what the palace did to her made me sad. You can read about it, Princess Alice. Anyway, number 3 thing on my mind is, well, the issue that has been ongoing, my friends, about rape. Yeah, and I think I don't want to go too much into this because I have been shamed. I have been insulted by my friends, especially my friends, really. And I have been told that I am ugly, like a person who has not been to school, because of calling out the rape culture. I think you've heard about all these things, and misogyny, and this whole culture of consent, and women having to go through I don't want to say having to go through things, issues whereby women have been raped and men have been raped. I am not here negating the fact that men or women have been raped. I know. And if you don't get anything from maybe discussions or anything that you've seen me post on social media, the fight is not against men and women. The fight fight is against rape culture. Whether a man or a woman, we just want to be against taking each other against our constant, whatever gender. The fight is not against gender, either gender. The fight is against rape culture. Simple. Number 2, on that effect, what I want to talk about is the fact that we are talking about rape women on the side of women does not mean we don't care about men being raped. Let's talk about an issue at a time. When time comes, we will talk about, or even at the same, after we have concluded this, we can talk about men being raped. And I think it's an issue even of conversation that people need to learn. And I read a meme, I think yesterday, that said, well, it's not a meme, this is a good thing. Not that memes are not good things, but anyway, I read somewhere that we need to stop adding into, like, we need to know that let people share. I just listen. You don't have to have gone through that thing for you to respond. So that when I'm sharing about something, after before nimalize or before you finish you already say, even me, hata mimi nilienda through here. Hata mimi. You don't have to. Just listen to the person. You don't have to put the situation in your situation, if you know what I mean. So what I mean, how I'm tying this to this is, when I talked about rape culture and all these things, people were like, but men get raped too. I was like, I know that, and I'm not negating that they do. But now the issue at hand is this. So let's be empathetic about it. I mean, a woman has been raped. Let's be empathetic about the issue now. Not negating the fact that, or no, it doesn't mean we don't care about that men have been raped. I think I will insert a clip here that will summarize this point.
I find extremely laughable. So when you're talking about an issue and someone will throw a different issue back in your face as a rebuttal, as if it means you can't care about both issues at once. For example, right now we're talking about violence against women and how men need to do a lot better. And someone will say, oh, but men face violence too. Okay. What would you think I don't care about that as well? What we're doing right now will mean that men and women are safer, but you don't care about that. Otherwise, you wouldn't use it as a rebuttal. You'd raise it as an independent issue. The only one lacking empathy here is you.
Okay. Point number 5. Hey, this one is me calling out myself. There's such English. I know most of my friends have heard me say I don't care anymore. I used to care. I mean, about politics. I used to care. I'm not sure I used to care. Yeah, I used to care. But of late, because of how the government has gone, I have just maybe gotten into a point of like, I don't care anymore. But I have been opened. My eyes have been opened. The way these people are handling this COVID thing, oh my goodness. I'm sure you know what I mean. Like, for instance, again, these are my thoughts. The curfew, the curfew that was issued the other day. How do you wake up in the morning as a president and decide to issue such stern restrictions without thinking? I would say it's without thinking. Again, disclaimer, I know this is an issue that it's new to everyone and no one knows how to handle it, but I think there are better ways to handle these things. You cancel a public gathering indefinitely at 3 p.m. on a Friday, whereby you know that events happens on Saturday. Again, I'm not saying people congregate, I'm not saying social distancing should be kept, but I'm just like, why wouldn't you sort of issue a time so that people can plan? Think about someone who had planned a wedding. All the suppliers have been paid. Everyone knows tomorrow we are turning up. But no, you can't turn up. And I don't even care much about people who were to turn up and then now there's no opportunity to turn up. It's okay. Party. sherehe tunaweza piga baadaye. But the guy, or the couple that had planned for their wedding, how do they handle the suppliers? Number 2, you have suspended all the licenses of essential services at 3 p.m. indefinitely. Think of someone who alikuwa ametoka wapi. Where do maybe people get cabbages from? I don't know. Why am I thinking of Narok? I'm not sure there are cabbages in Narok. But someone on transit. Let's say someone was from Kalau, transporting cabbages through Nairobi to Kajiado or to the coast. This person is around Mlolongo, ametumwa na hiyo merchandise apeleke Mombasa. You've cancelled the permits, they can't travel at night, you've locked down the counties indefinitely. What do they do? Number 3, an example. During lockdown and during COVID, people had ilikuwa ngumu. Businesses, it's hard for businesses. So maybe after COVID, someone took a loan maybe to boost their business, yeah, financing, and then you will definitely shut that. No warning, no nothing. And I'm thinking of it in this regard. Like for instance, for hotels, they usually buy things in bulk, and maybe for a weekend, for a week. So someone had bought 10 sacks of potato. You have closed them indefinitely. Where do they take those viazi? Or whatever stock it is that they had taken. No warning, no ending whatsoever. I can think of so many examples, and I'm just like, wow, if these are the people that are going to govern us, oh my goodness, we need to do something. So I, just by that mere fact, I am awakened. I am aware. I want to be aware about what's happening in politics more than I have been. I remember I said I wouldn't vote, I wouldn't get involved, I don't really care. But when decisions like that are made, you just realize, my friend, it is your life at stake, you know. And I know you know what I mean. And I'm not saying anyone knows how to handle this, but there are things that are common sense, honestly. And then something dramatic. So the following day, after realizing what they had done is dumb, so they're like, oh no, you now have 1 day to travel if you had been locked in any of these counties. I'm like, ninjas. First of all, beats logic. If you're looking really for people to not to gather and travel, where are you giving that? Well, I love it that they give that leeway for people to travel, but it beats the whole logic. If you wanted to quarantine, it should be, if you said indefinitely, let it be that indefinitely. But then, no, you can go and then we close. It makes no sense to me. Again, disclaimer, I am not pro people. Let's be safe, let be social distancing, let congregations, let not people congregate. But also, I think some prior planning and thinking need to be done. Again, I stand to be corrected. These are just things in my mind. So, for that reason, I want to be very aware, and I know I am looking for ways that, and to think that I did political science in school, I need to go back to that and sort of see how I can be part of this. And I'm speaking for me. I know there are some of you who have also resigned into, like, whatever happens, the government is the government. But for me, I am looking for ways that I can be accountable. I can do my part, honestly. Yeah, so those are the 5 things in my mind that have been on my mind recently. Thank you for joining me in my bedroom. even though you can't see much. But let me know what you think about anything, all the things that I've talked about. Let's converse. Thank you so much for the support. If you have not subscribed, why? Why have you not? Why? 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 Please subscribe. Please subscribe. It's here. Mahali hapa. Please subscribe and share this video, and let's talk in the comment section. If you also, you can share with me things that have been on your mind. Yeah, and let's converse and let's see how we can move this country and our lives and have fun together, because why not? Keep safe, sanitize, wear your mask. Wale watu wanavaa mask hapa, you'd rather not have it. Put your mask well, honestly, and be careful. Love and light. Thank you. Yes, you've read the topic. Okay. You're still learning how to use the... Oh my god, I've spoiled it. How to use our studio that we were bought for. No. Wait, that's a thunderstorm? Or it's a plane? But there are no planes that should be flying. What is that? Anyway, hope you didn't hear it. I was saying, what was I saying? I was like, yeah. What am I forgetting? Yeah. Yeah.